Let's talk about the part of retiring abroad that keeps a lot of people up at night. It's not the food, it's not the weather, it's not even the language. It's what happens in a medical emergency.
Many private hospitals, the workflow can be deposit first. And the last thing you want to do during an emergency is negotiate a big payment or fight for reimbursement later. Today, I'm going to show you an emerging option for emergency care called Lakeside Medical Group. And I'm going to use the Yucatan area because that's where my Tren Maya research trip will take place in early 2026. And I'll be careful here, I'm not an insurance agent, this is not medical advice. I'm going to show you what Lakeside says on their website, what they say in interviews, and the exact verification steps you need to take if you're considering it.
When people research Mexico, we often get stuck on cost of living. Food, rent, groceries. That's all important, but in my opinion, the non-negotiable constraint is emergency healthcare logistics.
If you have a serious fall, chest pain, a stroke symptom, a car accident, whatever, what's the plan? Because the difference between a plan that's clear and a plan that's fuzzy can be thousands of dollars and a ton of stress at the worst possible moment.
First, a quick reality check because there's a lot of confusion online. Original Medicare does not work in Mexico or anywhere else overseas. So if you're thinking, I'm on Medicare, I'm good anywhere, that is generally not how it works.
Now, some Medicare Advantage plans may include some level of worldwide emergency coverage, but the details vary, and a lot of the time it can still be reimbursement based. That's why this Lakeside model is interesting. It's a different approach that claims to reduce the pay first, reimburse later problem in certain places.
Lakeside Medical Group, or LMG, focuses on a very specific use case: emergency and urgent care in Mexico. In interviews, they've been very clear that they are not positioning this service as everything medical in Mexico.
The way they describe it is, if you have an emergency and you go to one of their network hospitals and you have an accepted plan, they can coordinate the process and billing. That's the claim. What matters for you is not the marketing. What matters is the workflow and the network. I'm going to keep saying they claim and you must verify because coverage depends on your exact plan and your exact situation.
Here's the problem as most people experience it today.
You have an emergency in Mexico and you choose a private hospital because you want speed, specialists, and equipment. But many people report a common issue. You can be asked for a large deposit, sometimes thousands of dollars, before care is fully underway. Then, if you have any kind of insurance that might reimburse you, you're stuck gathering paperwork and fighting through a bilingual reimbursement process. Lakeside's model is basically, we try to remove that friction. If you follow their rules, go to network facilities, and your coverage is accepted.
This is the part I want you to hear really clearly. By their own description, this is not walk into any hospital in Mexico.
This is network-based, just like HMOs in the US. If you go out of network, you may be treated like a cash pay patient and asked for a major deposit. So the practical question becomes, is there a network hospital near where you want to live?
Now let's make this real and tie it to the Yucatan region, where I'll be traveling very soon on the Tren Maya Affordable Retirement Tour.
I'm on Lakeside Medical Group's hospitals page right now, and according to their own site, they list network hospitals in multiple regions of Mexico. For Yucatan specifically, they list in Mérida, Hospital Star Medica, and in Cancún, Hospital Medical. Again, this is not me endorsing or guaranteeing anything. I'm simply showing you what Lakeside lists publicly as part of their network. But if you're considering Yucatan, especially with the Tren Maya route and all the interest in this region, this is the type of detail that can move a city up or down your shortlist.
Now let's talk about Medicare Advantage, because this is where the confusion and the opportunity usually sits.
On Lakeside's Medicare Advantage page, they say they accept many Medicare Advantage plans. And they also emphasize that Medicare Advantage typically focuses on emergency and urgent care coverage outside the U.S. Here's what you do with that information. You do not assume you're covered. You treat it as a lead that you need to verify. Verification steps. I'd write these down. Number 1, you confirm your exact plan is accepted by Lakeside, not just Medicare Advantage in general. Number 2, you confirm what counts as an emergency and what counts as urgent care and what is excluded. Number 3, you confirm the exact hospital names and locations in the network because networks change. And number 4, you ask about pre-authorization and what you must do in the moment of an emergency, who you call and when. Now, this is critical. Based on how Lakeside describes their service, this is not designed for routine checkups, preventative care, ongoing primary care, elective procedures, or anything like that. In interviews, they've also emphasized that things like cancer treatment are not the same thing as an emergency use case. So this is not a replacement for having a local doctor you trust, understanding private pay healthcare pricing, or having a broader strategy for long-term health needs. This is a very specific tool for a very specific problem, the emergency or urgent care workflow.
This is exactly why I talk about what I call a geography pension or GeoPension as a city-by-city framework.
A place can be affordable on paper, but if the emergency healthcare logistics are unclear, that city drops down your list. For my Tren Maya Yucatan research trip, I'm not just looking at rent and tacos. I'm looking at hospitals, access, and the practical reality of what would I do if something went wrong. So if you're following my Yucatan series, expect more of this. Not hype, just due diligence.
Now, I'm focusing on the Yucatan today because of the Tren Maya momentum and because many of you are actively researching that area. But Lakeside's network, according to their website, extends well beyond the Yucatan to many other parts of Mexico that are popular with expat retirees. In fact, they recently expanded this model to Panama.
Here's what I'm going to do as a practical next step. I'm going to take their published network list, put it into a simple Google map with pins, and use it as a planning tool. Not as a guarantee of coverage, but as a way to ask a smarter question. Is the kind of emergency workflow I want even possible in the city or region I'm considering?
So if you're intrigued by the Lakeside model and would like to dig deeper, here's your action plan.
Step 1. Go to the Lakeside website and confirm there's a network hospital near your target city. Step 2. If you're on Medicare Advantage, find your plan documents and look for how they define worldwide emergency and how claims work. You'll find that information in your plan's Evidence of Coverage or EOC document. Step 3. Contact Lakeside directly and ask, is my exact plan accepted and what do I do in a real emergency? Who do I call and when? Finally, step 4. Regardless of Lakeside, price out private pay basics in your target city. You want to know the baseline reality. I'll be exploring these costs in depth when I'm visiting the Yucatan region.
If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my channel because I'm doing a lot more Yucatan research on the Tren Maya Affordable Retirement Tour. I'll be doing a city-by-city deep dive into the practical details that actually matter.
And I'd love a comment from you because it helps me prioritize. Tell me your situation. Are you on Original Medicare, Medigap, Medicare Advantage, TRICARE, something else? And which Mexico region are you looking at? Yucatan, Baja, Lake Chapala, Mexico City, somewhere else?
And if you want to learn more about my GeoPension Framework, which combines healthcare analysis with livability plus affordability, I'll leave a link in the description.
If overseas retirement is already on your radar and you want a structured way to run your own numbers and compare countries step by step, my course, Mastering Affordable Retirement Abroad, walks through budgets, visas, healthcare, and decision checklists in much more detail. You'll find the link in the description below or go to affordableretirementabroad.com/course.
Thanks for watching and see you in the next video appearing on your screen right now.